And you guys are probably wondering, are YT bikes still worth it in 2024? And what we think about the YT, Jeffsy. Nice, full send. I think we found the trailhead.
That these are Assegai double downs, meaning they're really heavy tires. So I think overall it is a pretty heavy build.
A little bit on the smaller side. I'm about 6'2". And yeah, I will say the head angle felt really good, about 65 degree on the head angle wise. Very low bottom bracket on this thing.
What's up guys, we're Hannah and Mo, and if you've been following the channel, you know we recently went independent to launch our new media company, AwesomeMTB.com, and it's been awesome. We have been testing a lot of bikes out, and in this video we had to demo some YT bikes for free in San Clemente, California. Are YT bikes still good in 2024? Let's find out.
What's up you guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go ride some YT bikes down in San Clemente, California. That's actually where the headquarters are, and you're able to demo them right out of their door. So that's gonna be really fun. Are you excited to try out some new YTs?
I am. So we've been doing a lot of reviews. If you guys check out the new website, AwesomeMTB.com, and we have a lot more review videos coming out on this channel. One of the fun things about this year is trying out different bikes. And honestly, you guys, anyone can do this. You just go to the YT website, we put our names in, we signed up, free demos. Demo bikes for free, what's better than that?
You might want to pay attention to the road. Yeah. So we're gonna go head over there. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and also let us know what other bikes you want to see us try this year.
Also let us know what truck we should get, because I still have my heart set on that Ford Raptor. A lot of people are trying to talk me out of it, including Hannah.
We're not getting a Ford Raptor.
Why? I feel like it would be such a practical daily driver. I feel like I need a Raptor in my life.
Very practical though.
Raptor R, that's the one I want. Raptor R.
Guess what you're not gonna get?
What?
Raptor R.
Oh. Bicycles have been acquired. Those guys were super awesome, and it's a really straightforward process. Basically, you fill out everything online, and they actually offer free demos here in San Clemente. That's literally what we did. What are you riding today?
I'm riding a Capra. I've ridden a Capra before in our last YT video, which was about 3 or 4 years ago, and they've obviously made some updates since. I don't know specifically what updates they've made, but for one thing, this is actually a mullet now. Well, they have a mullet and a straight 29-inch option. I got the mullet option. Capra is a 170 millimeter travel bike.
This is also your first time trying a 38 fork.
Yeah, first time trying a 38. I definitely noticed the weight as soon as I got out of there. The new Devio Onyx is actually lighter than the Fox 38.
I'm actually riding the YT Jeffsy, and this is gonna be 145 millimeters in the rear, 150 millimeters travel up front, a 29er. It's more of like a trail style enduro bike. I actually haven't looked at the numbers on paper. This is gonna be a really cool video because I just wanna hop on the bikes and I wanna see how we feel. I feel like that's a good test experience. Then I can kind of guess the geo numbers and guess what's going on the bike. Afterwards, I'll look at the geo charts, and then we'll talk about, do we think YT bikes are still worth it here in 2024?
I don't know, something about them now, they just look really good. Like they look really clean.
I feel like the paint jobs look amazing.
It's nice to see colors on bikes. Sometimes they're just black and they're boring, but I like color.
The first thing that we didn't do a very good job of is figuring out where the trails are. We're just riding around the neighborhood right now trying to figure out where San Clemente Single Tracks is. I'm pretty sure it's the end of this road. I think we found the trailhead. Oh, it passes the wheelie test. Nice. Crazy down there. Looks like it's, oh, what happened?
There.
Yeah. Oh my God. I stop? Yeah, it should be good now. That's crazy. It really is crazy how much pickleball has taken over the world. Literally, it seems like every country we go to loves pickleball. So I wonder who the marketing people behind that is. Steep climb up. This is gonna be a fun one. I love trying out a new bike when I don't know anything about it, or at least haven't spent much time researching it. This is one of those days. Like I said, I haven't read much about the geochart on the Jeffsy. I'm gonna look at it after this ride. If I had to guess, I would say this feels fairly slack, around the 65 degree, maybe even a touch slacker. I'd say 65 degree head angle. I would say the chainstays feel a little on the longer side. Could be wrong. Obviously I need to go downhill to feel a lot of it, but also feels like a pretty low BB so far. That's just kind of first impression sitting on a bike and pedaling it, which don't give you a lot to a bike, but it's One of my favorite things is the first time you sit on a bike. I feel like it tells a lot about the bike. She's going for it. Nice. Hannah definitely has the bigger bike for today. Hell yeah. Quick adjustment I'm gonna make, and I kind of do this with most bikes. I'm actually gonna slam this saddle forward. So I'm 6'2" with a pretty high saddle height. And that's something I've always noticed I do with all my bikes, is just instantly kind of slam them as forward as they'll go. Oh yeah, that feels a lot better. I really like being on top of that bottom bracket when it comes time for pedaling. Now, I know it's way too early to tell, but do you feel a difference in the mullet?
I feel like maybe I don't get as much momentum in my pedal strokes. I would still get the benefits of like rollover because of my front wheel is still a 29er. Like rollover would be the same like on climbs and downhills or whatever. But yeah, I feel like I'm just not getting that like speed and like momentum like on the climbs.
Interesting. Hannah actually hated 29ers for a while. Would only ride 27.5-inch bikes.
Until I got on the Delano, then I loved the Delano and the LaSalle. I'm kind of a mullet hater. I just think they look stupid.
What?
But maybe if I like it, then I'll stop hating.
The bike or the hair?
Them both.
What? No. Oh my God, that was so aggressive.
If today goes well on the downhills, then I could understand.
4x4. Oh man, I love riding bicycles, guys. Once again, we're always looking for home bases. This would be it if house prices didn't make us cry. Nice. Oh my God, this thing is fun. San Clemente Single Tracks. We're gonna try and not die. There's a lot of sinkholes out here that sometimes will just pop out of nowhere. And I feel like there's always new gems all the time. So one thing I'm noticing kind of right away on this bike is how silent that suspension feels. Man, I am really liking the active feeling.
You need to change it all?
I know you want me to guinea pig it?
Just send it.
Guinea pig coming down. Oh yeah, you're good. Let me get a video of that. That thing's sick. Nice. Full send. Nice job.
The bike did well.
Oh,
But I'm feeling like the front end's a little bit heavy.
oh no. Probably the 38. I did notice something though.
What?
Mustard, ketchup.
Oh my God.
Keep making our way down. Now, I love 140mm 29ers. I think everyone and their mom knows that. And this thing is definitely rad. Feels so much different than the Switchblade I'm testing right now, as well as a couple of other bikes I have in for testing. I just feel like this definitely is that combo of slightly longer chainstay, slightly lower BB, and active suspension design as opposed to the DW links. What do we got? Oh, that looks fun. A little bit of a drop. No issues whatsoever. And like I mentioned, I haven't read the geo chart. I'm gonna read at the end of this ride, but that's what I'm feeling so far. Nice. Ooh. Oh, I think we have a high line here. A little bit of a high line right here. Oh, wow. Sick. I do think they have a bike that's actually more fun for me, and that's the Izzo, I believe. And that thing's, I think, supposed to be like a short travel 29er. Really stoked to get a lot of testing in this year. Boy. Whew. Nice. That was rad.
I don't really notice that it's a mullet anymore.
Huh.
Like, it feels pretty normal. It feels pretty slack. Definitely is a little bit, I don't know if it's probably just the build that I have, but it feels like a little bit on the heavy side. But overall, I think a 170 travel bike, I've kind of realized over the years, is probably not the best fit for me personally.
But do you think the mullet in a short travel rig would feel better?
I'm not sure what a mullet makes sense in a short travel or like a mid travel, because I'm not like a super short person. I'm 5'8", so pretty like medium height, you know?
Wheelie, ultimate test of a bike. Once again, I do feel slightly longer chainstays back there. It's interesting. You know, obviously, when you get it up there, as soon as you get there, you're totally good. But yeah, I do feel slightly longer chainstays on here. It's gonna be interesting to look at the geo chart. I could also be completely wrong. Even if it did have slightly longer chainstays, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I've actually found some bikes, oh my God, that's a lot of mud. So slightly longer chainstays on a bike, sometimes I actually end up preferring it I feel like certain companies, when they do the whole short chainstay approach, if you don't really know what you're doing, like say Pivot or Ibis, man, sometimes short chainstays feel weird. And yeah, going slightly longer in some chainstays, I feel like gives it a little bit more of kind of a high speed stability feel. And you can lower that bottom bracket too and make that thing feel like a ripper. We'll say single track climb on this bike feels really good. I do feel like I want to reach down slightly, walk that thing out, just because that initial stroke, like I said, does feel a little bit more active than the DWing bikes I have in for testing. It's not a bad thing though, and I feel like if this was a chunky climb, I would appreciate it more. All right, full send? Mm-hmm. I'm not going full send.
I want full send though.
I'm not going full send.
Hi, let's do this. Said we're not big jumpers. Phew. I think a 170mm bike, it's just a little bit big for me. The LaSalle was pretty good because it was such an efficient pedaler and it was so nimble, but this is more like a sled, and I just feeling like it's not a good fit for me personally, but if you're a really good ripper, then it would make a lot of sense. Or if you're doing a lot of bike park. You know, it's not the worst climbing bike either though. Like, it definitely climbs pretty good. Nice, Mo. That's fun. Phew. Nice.
Here we got Hannah. Nice.
Made it.
Charging on the enduro rig.
Definitely a little bit tough of a bike to climb, at least for me. That's also a really hard climb, to be fair. So
personally, I don't think this is the right place to test this bike unless you're hitting those huge jumps.
yeah, and I'm not hitting those huge jumps at all. I think it's been a really fun bike so far on this ride. Just the climbs are kind of getting me a little bit, that's all.
First impressions, Capra mullet setup.
Mullet, I haven't really been able to test enough. Like, I feel like if it was a more challenging trail, like we were at, like I said earlier, the rock rolls at Tucson on Gem Trail, or in Laguna on like a really steep trail, I would be able to get a better feel for it. But yeah, I don't know if the mullet's making the bike even more slack, but I think the bike is just a little bit too slack for me. Also, one thing to mention really quickly is that I just noticed that these are Assegai double downs, meaning they're really heavy tires. So I think overall it is a pretty heavy build, so that's not probably helping me either. So just saying.
You guys are probably wondering my first impressions on the Jeffsy. Honestly, this is just like a first ride with a couple of trails out here. So far though, this thing feels really rad. I will say I did look at the geo chart. It was spot on in terms of the chainstay being a little bit longer. So 442 on this, I believe it's about 435 or 37 on my switchblade. So yeah, you got a little bit of a longer chainstay. Overall, the wheelbase isn't too long though, and I feel like a lot of that's going to be, it has a little bit of a shorter reach, which I noticed from the geo chart. So that is another interesting thing. Just kind of, if you are an XL, this did feel a little bit on the smaller side. I'm about 6'2", and yeah, I will say the head angle felt really good, about 65° on the head angle wise. Very low bottom bracket on this thing. You definitely notice on the trails, this thing is a freaking ripper when it comes down to high speed downhills. That's what I felt right off of the get-go. It would be interesting to put this thing through some more rockier terrain, because I do feel like the suspension design is probably going to feel really good out there. I will say though, this red looks absolutely insane. And yeah, in terms of pricing, they have a lot of sales going on right now too. So I do think YT is still crushing it in 2024.
Let us know, you guys, if there's any other bikes you want us to try next. And also be sure to check out our brand new website, awesomemtb.com. We're doing daily articles and opinion pieces. And yeah, be sure to like this video and subscribe if you're not already. And we'll see you guys in the next video.